Good evening, all of you. Distinguished guests, entrepreneurs, CEOs, exporters, importers, and senior executives from Gujarat region. It is my immense pleasure to welcome all of you for today's event, Entrepreneurs and CEOs Roundtable, exploring emerging business and investment opportunities for better business growth, organized by Gujarat Industry Development Association and SME Chamber of India, Ahmedabad Business Forum. So, friends, we have specially today here Mr. Joe, who is the chairman, India-US Business Council, and MD and founder, Concorde Group Holding, LLC, USA, to guide us and to talk on what are the export opportunities available in India and USA. This will be a bilateral trade opportunities. We have Mr. Dhanesh Hassani, Zonal Sales Manager, Tata AIA Insurance. Ms. Komal Kanzaria, Vice President, Multi-Commodity Exchange of India Limited. Mr. Kaushik Chandra, who is the founder and CEO at Connect Redefining Business. We have Mr. K.T. Patelji over here, who is heading Vice President of GIDA, Gujarat Industry Development Association, and Federation of FISAB, Federation of Indian Industry Associations. I welcome all the guests, and I'll invite Mr. Chandrakant Salunkhe, founder and president, Gujarat Industry Development Association and SME Chamber of India, to give the theme presentation. Thank you.
गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स. थोड़ी आवाज़ कम आ रही, क्या बात है? चाय पिए कि नहीं आपने? शाम की चाय हुई कि नहीं? मुंबई में होता तो अलग पूछता मैं. चलिए. On behalf of Gujarat Industry Development Association and SME Chamber of India, as well as India-US SME Business Council and our special initiative Ahmedabad Business Forum, I welcome you all at this very interactive and very small gathering meeting, especially for to give you insight about how you can explore business and investment opportunity in various countries, and particularly to improve your capabilities and capacities and connecting with the potential partners and manufacturers, buyers, importers, and investors. We are aware that today we are celebrating in India, rather US must be in the morning time now. The 4th of July is a US National Day. So LeBas, Joseph LeBas is here on behalf of USA, because I always call him as a Joe Biden. So I say, forget Joe Biden, remember Joseph LeBas. So let's give a big hand for his presence here today. He's a friend, he's a influencer, he is a guide, and also he is a very good for networking and connectivity, because most of the Indian companies, particularly SMEs, particularly investors, particularly the exporters, and those are looking to explore any strategic partnership with the US market. You are aware that recently our Honorable Prime Minister visited USA, and his visit is most important visit in last 9 years. And this visit has given very unique and very different type of color, particularly for the business and industry community. The confidence level amongst the government of the USA has changed drastically in different way. The positiveness and connectivity wise, it is developing very well. I know it's not an easy task to enter in US market. I know it is not easy task for connecting with any company, because I will give you one very interesting information. I have visited 2016 Pack Expo in Las Vegas. There were around, say, 2,000 exhibitors. I must be met more than at least 1,200 exhibitors. And I asked, how many exhibitors are here exporting to India? Hardly 2 companies. All are big companies, not a small company. All are big companies. And I think I have visited Mr. Patel's अपना Mamta packaging के उनका booth था तभी. And that time I realized so many entrepreneurs there, so many exhibitors there, they have not entered in Indian market. So I asked many people, why you are not going India? Why not collaborating with the Indian company? They said, we don't have agenda. Similarly, I have visited IMTS exhibition at Chicago, 2017. There were more than 4,000 exhibitors. I got opportunity in 4 days to at least interact with 2,200 exhibitors, especially owners, because there were a lot of networking events and networking cocktails and networking dinner organized by the organizers. In that exhibition also, I observed that it was a totally technology-based exhibition. I don't know how some of you maybe visited that exhibition. And that time also I observed that hardly 4 or 5 companies are doing business in India. Their answer, we don't have agenda to enter the Indian market. So we can think that maybe because of the connectivity, maybe because of they are not aware of the market, maybe they are not having the capacity, or maybe they are not interested to come in India. But now, interest created by our Honorable Prime Minister. Nowadays we have started getting information, now getting the inquiries. So last 15 years we are running this India-US SME Business Council. We have connected a lot of investment boards there, Governor Office, Mayor Office, Economic Development Council's Office, Chamber of Commerce, consultants, exporters, importers, technology providers, rather private equity funds, and mostly the people, Indian people, especially from the Gujarat. They have worked in a large corporate. They have worked in a big companies. Now they have started consultancy. They have started professional business. They have started giving handholding to Indian companies. Now we can connect with them. This is the right time, because US market is very good market, and usually earlier days we used to say that made in Germany, made in UK, stamp होगा तो हमारा product को ज़्यादा महत्व होता है. यहाँ पर बैठे हुए कितने exporters, how many exporters are sitting here? Can you raise hand? And how many entrepreneurs or delegates are facing problem to start export? कितने लोग हैं जो जिनको तकलीफ होती है कि they have not started exports? And how many manufacturers are sitting there? See, Joe, this is the Gujarat. This is a business community from Gujarat. All are having interest for the manufacturing, transformation. They are looking for technology. They are looking for JV. And in India now, many entrepreneurs are having the quality, the best state of art, the manufacturing units. And what we can do, we can explore the cooperation with the American companies, particularly to bring them for a contract manufacturing, joint venture, technology transfer, because Government of India, especially our Prime Minister, emphasizing for improving the capabilities and capacity with the technological development for global competitiveness. So we should give a big hand to our Prime Minister. He is a visionary thoughts. Recently when I had an interaction with him, he said, I want to make Indian SMEs as the best in global SMEs. So we have to think. And the way Gujarat government is giving incentives, bringing many policies, rather than a platform, taking care of issues. I know a lot of entrepreneurs are having problems, issues they face here. But Government attitude is positive. And even I coordinate, cooperate and work with the many government in India, especially Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, MP, Rajasthan. I observed that, interest and wish, both the things should come together. So today when I met the principal additional chief secretary industry, so he has started, working for the Vibrant Gujarat, coming Vibrant Gujarat. Why? To provide a platform to the businessmen from Gujarat as well as from India. So friends, it is necessary now to take advantage. Why I am saying necessary? Because government has brought out many opportunities, many incentive schemes. We should take advantage. Now, when you thinking to explore your business, emerging business opportunity in investment, how you will do it? Through my association, through my chamber. Gujarat Industry Development Association, we have started specially for Gujarat industry, because when I started organizing many programs the last 15-20 years, most of our members are scattered in all Gujarat. So I thought, why not I can provide a special platform, that Gujarat Industry Development Association, and we are working very closely with a lot of industry association in Gujarat, particularly those companies looking for any type of strategic alliance, strategic partnership or support for export promotion, for a joint venture, for technology transfer or any other activities where we can support. So for example, our chamber is working for last 30 years. We are supporting for the export promotion. We are channelizing finance, we are channelizing investment from the various parts of the world. Particularly the banks. I don't know how many entrepreneurs sitting here, they are taking loan from banks. Banks are with the abundant money. आपको किसी को मालूम है 5 करोड़ तक कोलैटरल फी लोन मिलता है अभी? किसी ने लिया है? How many entrepreneurs have taken advantage? वो अब अलग की बात है. वो क्यों नहीं देते उसका कारण भी मैं बताता हूँ. See, if you go to doctor and you will show my head is paining or my headache is there. So you are not showing head, you are showing the knee. So why? Because banks are not entertaining some proposals because that proposals is not viable. यहाँ पर कोई CA बैठे है, कोई CA चार्टर अकाउंटेंट है कोई, और CFO या डायरेक्टर फाइनेंस कोई बैठे है इधर? कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर है जिन्होंने 100 करोड़ तक लोन लिया है, 50 करोड़ तक लोन लिए हुए है? तो आपको पता होगा कि बैंक को जब प्रपोजल देते हैं 50 करोड़ का लोन लेने के लिए, तो कितना परफेक्ट होना चाहिए. इट शुड बी अ प्रॉपर अकॉर्डिंग टू द बैंकिंग पर्सपेक्टिव. आई एम श्योर दैट आपको नहीं मिला है, देते नहीं है, तो आप मुझे नोट भेजिए, मुझे लिखकर भेजिए कंप्लेंट कि ये बैंक, मैं यहाँ पर मेरा सही मायने में मेरा प्रपोजल दिया और मुझे नहीं दे रहे. मैं हर क्वार्टर RBI गवर्नर के साथ मिलता हूँ. आई एम अ मेंबर ऑफ मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी रिव्यू कमेटी, जिसमें मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन होता है कि हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू एनहांस क्रेडिट फ्लो टूवर्ड्स MSME सेक्टर. गिव मी पैरामीटर्स, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इनिशिएटिव्स यू हैव टेकन एंड व्हाट इज द आउटकम फ्रॉम दैट. First question while starting the conversation of that review meeting. Then secondary, I say, talk about micro economy, micro issues and micro points. Then we can talk for a macro. Then talk about 6% we will achieve the 6% growth or 7% growth. Who is going to achieve? Not RBI governor, not Mr. Modi. You are going to achieve it. So you are a action planners, I can say. You are the main theme of the India's economy. So entrepreneurs are a theme. Entrepreneurs are growth engine of the Indian economy. Once you will do it growth, then only it is possible. Once you will produce the quality product, then only we can go for exports. Once you will start emphasizing quality, then we can compete with the global market, even especially the Chinese and Korean, Japanese and German market. So friends, there are abundant opportunities, only how to take advantage. We have plenty of our the parameters, support services through our chamber. If you want to avail, if you want to achieve your target, please enroll your company with us. This is not only for the evening program, or round table we made for dinner, drinks, or networking. You should be in continue. आप लोगों में सीए है, आपके परमानेंट सीए है, सबके सीए है ना, सबके डॉक्टर है, फैमिली डॉक्टर्स, जिसके नहीं है वो हाथ ऊपर करे. वकील है आपके पास, आप हेल्दी है करके आपके पास डॉक्टर नहीं होगा. सो यू शुड बी हेल्दी, यू आर हेल्दी, सो नाउ यू बिकम वेल्दी. सो आपके पास वकील है, कोई एडवोकेट रखते हैं, कैसे फ्रेंड सर्कल में रखते ना, कोई अच्छा अपना फ्रेंड होना चाहिए कि कभी काम में आना चाहिए. वैसे हमारी चेंबर काम में आती है. तो आप चेंबर के साथ जुड़ जाओ तो आप मिल जाएगा, आपको भी सहयोग मिल जाएगा, सपोर्ट मिल जाएगा. क्योंकि देखिए प्लेटफॉर्म बहुत है, आपको सबको पता चलेगा. यू ऑल ऑफ यू मस्ट बी अवेयर दैट, आई विल स्पीक इन इंग्लिश बिकॉज मिस्टर जो विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी. You must be aware that, and you understand and you experience during the pandemic who is yours, who is not yours. उस वक्त आपको पता चला ना कि पैंडेमिक में अपना कौन पराया कौन, जब जरूरत पड़ती तब कौन आता है काम पर. वैसा है, जरूरत पड़ते समय कोई नहीं आएगा, हम बैठे आपके लिए. सिर्फ ये कि जब आप, जैसे आपने कहा ना कि आपको लोन नहीं दे रहे, सही मायने में सही जगह पर अगर आप पेपर लेके आएंगे तो मुझे लगता है कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी. आज हम जो अमेरिका का डे सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं, वाई? बिकॉज देयर इज अपॉर्चुनिटी. कोइंसिडेंस दैट रिसेंटली आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैज विजिटेड, एंड व्हाई नॉट वी शुड मीट सम ऑफ आवर some like-minded people and to discuss on the how we can explore. And fortunately Mr. Joe is here, so I thought let's celebrate day today in Gujarat. I have already informed in the Prime Minister's office that we are celebrating the National Day of USA in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad. Even Honorable Industry Minister is supposed to come today. He has sent a message that best wishes for this program, and he has also mentioned that the Chamber in the Gujarat Industry Development Association is playing very important role, and I wish and I give my best wishes to the the entrepreneurs sitting here today. They should take advantage of the support services to be provided by the organizations and explore your business. कितने लोग यूएस गए इसमें से? बिजनेस के लिए कितने गए? और कितने लोग यूएस का वीज़ा नहीं मिलता है? अभी वही दिक्कत है ना. मिस्टर जो, यू शुड राइट टू जो बाइडन. आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑलरेडी इज इन्फॉर्म्ड, बट यू शुड इन्फॉर्म. So friends, let us take advantage, and Joe will give an insight about what is his thoughts, what is his mechanism, how he is supporting the Indian companies. See, India-US SME Business Council is a unique platform which is recognized by the US Embassy in Delhi and Indian Embassy in Washington DC, that particularly to provide a platform to understand, to connect and commercialize their business ideas. So friends, let us take advantage of this today's event, and now I'll stop here, and I would like to present the not the President of India, but the President of Chairman of the India-US SME Business Council. Welcome, Joe.
Happy to thank my good friend Chandrakant ji, and I also have in the audience one of my first friends in India. I don't see him right now, Tiru Vingadam. There he is, who has been my great colleague and friend for all of my 23 years in India. So I'm glad he is here with me today. Let's see, I have this clicker will work for me. Mr. Gandhi over there, as always, manning the show. I always like to start with kind of, there is a kind of a legal drama in the United States called Law and Order. And they always start the show ripped from the headlines. So there's always news around us, there's always things going on. And last week was no exception. As Chandrakant ji said, we had a very big event in Washington. Of course, today is 4th of July. India and US have many similarities, but let us not forget that we had the same rulers. So I got this from a friend yesterday, which I found pretty funny. That is our General George Washington. 247 years ago, we were liberated from the British, just as India was liberated, so I like that. Have fun at work tomorrow, England, as we are enjoying our National Day, says George Washington. Of course, we had a notable meeting last week, and I do agree wholeheartedly. It really was the most important meeting I think the heads of state of our two countries had in some time. There was an official White House proclamation sent out that has 38 different bullets or 38 different proclamations that are now on the record. So whether Mr. Biden perseveres next year or not, those will now be followed through and carried forward as policy. And many of them are actionable around manufacturing initiatives, collaboration initiatives, joint ventures. It's very exciting times as someone, as everyone in this room who rose their hand and is looking to export, and somebody like me who has spent, over 2 decades collaborating, building companies with their Indian colleagues. So it very much was a notable meeting. As you can see here, we support the idea of making India a global manufacturing hub. And we've been saying this here probably since COVID. U.S. SMEs, U.S. major corps are looking at themselves with great introspection at their trading partners. And we all know the big trading partner that we all use, and it's China, right? But that calculus, if you will, just doesn't hold up any longer. And I like the story that Chandrakant said. That was only, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I think just as many in this room say, I want to go to the U.S., or I'm in the U.S., but I want to go bigger, there's a lot of conceptions, right? I can't manufacture in the U.S., it's too expensive, right? Or, where do I start? Those same misconceptions happen on the U.S. side, right? I'd like to go to India, but where do I start? How do I get there, right? And so that's where, our council, our business council comes into play, and where we can play a very vital role. And I'd like to with this last rip from the headlines, highlight another thing. And I think it's no surprise here in this room that probably everyone in this room, actually, how many people in this room have a relative in the state of New Jersey? Okay. New York? Okay. Texas? Okay, all right. That's a pretty good Gujarat representation. All of your relatives, I think, are enjoying the American dream and doing very well. We've seen somewhat of a metamorphosis, if you can see this up here, in the last few years. This just came out about a week ago. We've been following it. My company does I was in software many years. We do a lot of data analytics, a lot of data analysis, and we saw this trend happening during COVID. But what it says here is the numbers tell the story. For the first time, 6 fast-growing states in the South, Florida, Texas, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Tennessee, are contributing more to the national GDP than the Northeast, the traditional wealth centers of the United States. With its Washington, New York, Boston corridor, in government figures going back to the 1990s. The switch happened during the pandemic. It shows no signs of reverting. So it says here, a $100 billion wealth migration tilts U.S. economy's center of gravity south. Why did this happen? And it doesn't mean your relatives are going to be fine, especially the ones in Texas. But no, what is happening here is the U.S. South, if you're thinking now of exporting, if you're thinking now of setting up operations, the U.S. South has always had a tax advantage. The United States has one federal tax, and each state has its own tax scheme. The northern states traditionally had high tax schemes. The southern states had 0 in the case of Texas, 0 in the case of Florida, 3 in the case of Georgia, 0 Tennessee, and on and on and on. And they did that to incent manufacturing facilities within the United States. A lot non-union jobs. The union jobs were in the north. They did not have unions, and they were very successful, and they brought in a lot of foreign large manufacturing plants, Toyota, BMW, Mercedes, just to think of some very large notable ones, all relocated to the US South. So that was then. After COVID, they also remained very open and business friendly, so people started moving. So now you have all of this wealth paradigm. So as we sit and advise you, these are the areas that are now the most business friendly, good labor pools, low tax, high incentives for overseas manufacturers, distributors, whatnot, to come join them. So there it is on paper that the shift has finally happened. Does this mean New Jersey is a bad place? No, not at all. It just means when you're thinking strategically now, the old places of the U.S. have somewhat shifted. And these are good things for the fast and nimble enterprises. So, what role can we play? Let me put these all up here, and they're pretty straightforward. We're supporting SME entrepreneurs looking for expansion of business partnerships, joint ventures in the U.S. As I said earlier, where do I start? How do I find these people? How do I get to the U.S.? And this can be as easy as, how do I even set up a business? I always make the same joke. If I wanted to come to Gujarat, I wouldn't know how to set up a business here, right? And nor should you be expected to. Support on the same way, we can cross-map, number 3, anyone in your like industries can be mapped to the others on the other side. Okay? And then number 4, which Chandrakant has been doing a fantastic job here for the last 30 years in India, promote the Indian SMEs to private public stakeholders across the U.S. for expansion in the U.S., as well as to maximize those incentives. Those incentives are there. Those incentives are there for people willing to stimulate job growth in the United States. And so I say again, the perception is the U.S. is more expensive. Of course, it's going to be more expensive than India raw manufacturing jobs, but maybe some high-skilled development, those types of things, with the tax incentives. That is a study that is worthwhile to be done. Distribution versus cost of freight and transportation, those are studies that are worthwhile to be done right now, especially in light of the last several years. Job creation, job growth is just as important in the U.S. as anywhere right now. And then, as we say here, consult Indian SMEs on immigration options as well as their legal and tax ramification on U.S. market entrance. This is stuff we love to do. I think we'll kind of whiz through this one in the sake of time because I think everyone knows what's going on, but I'll highlight a few pieces here. In the coming 10 years, borders and freedom of movement will continue to be a little more rigid, not less. I think everyone in this room is keen to that. Having a frictionless global economy and be able to move your products to and fro is very important, right? Chandrakant said it, technology exchange. A lot of the things were spoken about at the White House between our two leaders were very important. So what are some of these investment ideas that are available in the USA? So, as I said a moment ago, just making that first step, establishment of U.S. affiliates and subsidiaries, as I said before, in lower cost, lower tax incentivized U.S. southern states. Again, you can make the decision on where you want to go, but we'll highlight exactly the impact of that. If you still want to go to Chicago or Wisconsin and those kind of areas, that's fine. We can do the analysis on what that means versus South Carolina, and you can make the decision for yourself. Potential of finding friendly alliance partners, joint ventures, and trading partners on looking to unhook relationships from China. This has been going on since the last administration, but now it's getting to a point of instability, you know, from a, call it a price, quality, and definitely a political sphere. But, you know, a lot of U.S. SMEs don't know where to start. So we have to create that bridge for them and help connect them to people in this room. And we're ready and able to do that. And then there's the speed and fluidity of establishing corporate structures, legal entities, labor sourcing, banking and insurancing relationship with our guidance. Now, I have been on many meetings with Chandrakant with the who's who of banks here in India. And every time I go, I ask them, will you lend to Indian SMEs looking to establish operations in the United States? And every single one of them have said what? They've said yes. Absolutely yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So, you know, I've found in the U.S., you know, when a bank says yes, you take them up on it before they say no, right? But the nice thing about this is to establish a working capital loan here in India, because then once you come with, you know, working capital to the U.S., you then get established in the U.S., and we can, on the other side, then create a banking relationship once you are in the U.S. It's a lot harder to start a brand new banking relationship in the U.S. with no track record, right? Again, it's like when I came, if I was to come to Gujarat saying, can you give me a loan? But that is an excellent bridge that the SME Chamber is doing here to get you started. And of course, we have, I don't know, hundreds of banking relationships in the U.S. that could then springboard off an initial lending structure here that's initiated in India. So these are great tools in the toolbox that we can start with straight away. So how many people in this room have heard about EB-5? Oh, come on. People are being shy. Everyone in Gujarat's heard about EB-5. So the really fluid thing here is EB-5 is obviously the act of gaining a green card for you, your spouse, and your entire family under the age of 21. Kind of the old paradigm, or at least what most people do, is they give that money, which used to be 500,000 USD, is now gone to 800,000 USD, to a third-party developer, kind of as a loan. And in 5 years' time, you get your green card and your money back. But what isn't usually publicized by the developers is you can invest into your own business. You can invest your own money into your own business, and all you need to do is employ 10 American workers for a period of 3 years. And they don't have to be the same 10 US workers. They just need to be 10 full-time American workers, because the whole point of the American EB-5 program is to generate US jobs in places that need US jobs. So what's a place that needs US jobs? A place that has a higher unemployment rate than the average. So this is usually found in more rural areas where you would probably set up a manufacturing site or a distribution site. So it's hand in glove into an area where you would want to set up an affiliate generally. So I like to demystify that a little bit, that you don't have to give your money just by the sheer act of expanding into the U.S. and investing into a U.S. affiliate. You can, in essence, kill two birds with one stone. You can create an immigration path for you and your family at the same time, which is very impactful. And then lastly, if you're thinking about your American journey here, you can also take advantage of creating a revenue stream for yourself, which is different and in my view, more secure than investing in stocks and things like that. and also set yourself up for an incredible tax event. There's a way to invest in gold standard commercial real estate that gives back monthly distributions at very high rates and can leverage what's called depreciation in the U.S. The depreciation in the U.S. can be forward loaded. It can go against any gains you have in the U.S. and in essence create almost negative income streams which are not taxed, so they're really zero tax. So as you're thinking about coming to the U.S., you're thinking about creating revenue, and you're thinking about getting ahead of it. It could be somewhat daunting. Well, maybe I want to move to the U.S., or maybe I just want to create an affiliate there and stay in India. You don't have to move to the U.S., but you want to create an income stream for yourself in U.S. dollars. You can invest in commercial real estate in the United States. You can receive monthly income from cash flowing. This is a lot different than ground up construction or land speculation, hoping that the land value will go up. This is actual paying tenants in retail centers or industrial parks that are already built and generating cash. And then you can basically pay no tax through depreciation on these assets. It's a very excellent device that is time honored. And, you know, our sister company has been doing this for investors for over a decade. So just an example of that. You see here, this Miami industrial site that basically return on invested cash to investors was 98%. The shopping center in Atlanta, return on invested cash was 100%. So basically that means doubled money to investors. Okay, so all of this is just a toolkit that can be brought to bear as you evaluate your expansion to the United States. So what are the immediate opportunities? You know, these are, you know, when we look about the areas of need in the U.S. right now, you know, the shortages coming out of COVID. You know, it's still extremely expensive to buy used or new cars. You know, auto OEMs are very big. You know, building supplies are very big. Believe it or not, sporting goods are still hard to get. And then I emphasize the Southeast as a great target. You know, again, anywhere in the U.S. you're gonna see these kinds of opportunities, but you know, I don't work for the Southern United States. I work for all of the United States, but there's just great opportunities that exist there. And then lastly, this is actually leveraging some of our technology we use that tracks cell phone migration. So this shows all the blue states. This is not a political map. All the blue states are where people are going, and all the red states are where people are leaving. So you can see actually by the evidence now where people are leaving from, being the red states, and all the blue states are where people are going to. So it's pretty impactful graphic there. So for the sake of time, I will wrap up, but you can bring forward your requests, your requirements. We can talk this evening, of course. As Chandrakant said, I'm always available via my mobile WhatsApp, and those are the emails. Thank you so much.
So suppose any entrepreneur wants to start business, whether they will get a visa to go and start operate business for 5 years, 3 years, 4 years?
Yes. Well, no, they'd get a green card, which is good for 10 years.
No, but immediately they will get a green card?
They will not, no. So basically, they can get the same as in the EB-5. You'll get a conditional green card. Probably you still have to file the application. And generally, you'd get about
3 years?
12 to 18 months, you'll get your conditional green card. That's when you can move to the States.
Okay.
You get your full green card still in 5 years.
So means there are two options.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
So same to 3 years, yeah. So there are
On
two
the
options.
conditional,
Yeah.
it depends on the immigration lawyer you use. Some immigration lawyers can get through faster, But, worst case scenario, your conditional green card will be 3 years, yeah.
But not under table, it's above table.
No, always above the table. So the way it works though, so you think about it, is that these 526, which is the application, they're this thick, right? And, the clerk needs to see it all in one way. So if a lawyer doesn't put it all together, the clerk will put it to the side. So it does make a difference.
So why I'm standing here? Because on behalf of India-US SME Business Council, we are generating the interest amongst our Indian companies, Indian entrepreneurs, to come in a group to set up manufacturing unit or an enterprise for providing services, because there are plenty of companies, they are looking for value addition services. So through this EB5, creating 10 employment, they can create 20 employments.
There you go.
Because they are interested to investment, they are interested, because EB5 is a good, for them, green card is also good for them, their children can enjoy the quality study, they
That's
can
right.
build a future, and they can come back to India to put a lot of efforts in Indian economy.
So I meant to mention this too. Maybe a lot of people saw this on the news. Maybe they didn't. The Supreme Court issued a very powerful decree last week. It eliminated something called affirmative action. Is anyone familiar with that? All right. So the American universities had something called affirmative action. And it basically made quotas for minorities to be given slots into American universities. Okay? So that basically said you have to take this many African Americans or any number of other minorities, right? And so the American Supreme Court eliminated that and said it's unconstitutional. And so a lot of people said this is a big win, right? It should be about the quality of the applicant. Whoever makes the grades in the test scores should get those slots. So this is a big win. Now again, it's much easier to get into American universities if you are a green card holder than it is still as an international student. There's a lot less slots for international students, but that does mean that if you're an Indian green card holder, now you don't have to go against these affirmative action quotas that are going to put a less qualified student in just to fill a quota. So now it's even, thank you for reminding me of this, even more advantageous if you're thinking about immigrating for your children, that you now have even more fair playing field.
What we are doing now, setting up industrial, those are looking to set up industries. So we are now interacting and, getting more information about the various, we can say states, provinces from the USA, where industrial park is there, where ready-made industry premise is there. Because our entrepreneurs will not be, going to construct the company for 3 years, and meanwhile we lost our interest.
That's right.
Or maybe the production have a different type of, particularly technological development. So I am integrating. Mahesh Salunkhe is here, Mr. Mahesh Kumar, who is going to take a note of those are really interested to explore their opportunity, or our team member are here. Particularly those are interested to start a business in USA. This is a good opportunity because India-US SME Business Council, along with the Indian Embassy, the US Embassy in India, particularly few top EDC, Economic Development Councils.
Yep.
Through that we are developing. Those are interested, they are welcome. So thank you very much, Joe. So good information, and I think let's, okay, you have one question,
Yep.
or you have one question? Yes, please.
Great.
Extend my greetings to you for your Independence Day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
And thanks for being here. It's very important day for you in your life, and we are grateful to you. My question to you, sir, as an Indian MSME, whenever one wants to start export, they only focus on GCC countries and some African countries, not to Europe or US. So, according to you, have you ever identified what are the factors that are, not allowing us to look at US market? Is it any mental block, or is there any practical some issues? And if you have identified, please tell us so that we can, look at those points and rectify it, and whenever we want to export to US, it will help us, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think your question was, you know, your current company, you're in GCC, you're in Africa,
Yes.
right? And you're kind of asking, what are kind of the success points
Exactly, sir.
for a business to get there? You know, quite honestly, you know, it would help to, you know, we could talk and you can send your company profile to us and we could explore that. There aren't barriers for entry to the U.S. I mean, that's what makes the U.S. so great. You know, we're not going to say, hey, look, you know, we don't like your product, don't come in, right? If you have a viable product that's already selling in India and the GCC and Africa, it probably is going to do just fine in the U.S., but we need to advise on how to market it in the U.S., you know, pick the right distribution partners, you know, find the best path in, right? And it could probably, as your question suggests, it's daunting as you think about it. How do I do it? How do I get there, right? So there's the success factors that we can take you through on how to do it. But no, there isn't it's a big market. It's a competitive market, right? So there's definitely criteria for success. But don't be afraid that, you know, there's something that's prohibiting you to be successful in the U.S., because that is a good thing about the U.S., is that even the people, you know, the SMEs in the U.S., if they don't execute, they're gone too, which opens up a slot for someone else to come in and take their place. There's not an advantage just because they're there. A good product always wins, and a good strategy.
What's your background? What kind of product you are manufacturing?
Sir, we are manufacturing of special cables, sir.
Special?
Yeah, solar cables, cables for some automation.
What is the turnover of your company?
Sir, it's 12 crores, sir, at this moment, sir.
So I think you have asked question, but Joe has forgotten that. You have to become member of the chamber, then you will get opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers.
100%.
Yeah.
Mergers acquisition is on a top.
Yeah.
So if there is a survey of that type of things, we must have at our chamber, then we can have it to our members. So
Yes.
that can be circulated, and we can have a prospect of having the joint venture or takeovers.
Strategic M&A, strategic alliances. I mean, that's key to a U.S. SME that, you know, wants to come here, or an Indian SME that wants to leapfrog an interest into U.S. I mean, right now, you know, I mean, let's be honest, we also have high interest rates right now. So that could leapfrog a lot of things.
Is there any legality involved in it to take over, or something? No.
No, not that. Kitty Sahab, the thing is that, you know, those companies from India, those are having the product and they want to manufacture there, you can have a joint venture.
Yep.
Some companies are having the abundant there, you know, industrial premises, ready-made unit where you can utilize. Only this is, you know, like a case-to-case basis.
Yeah.
And here will be the matchmaking. Hamare, you know, whenever we son or daughter, we are trying to, you know, to find a equal boy or girl. So how we prepared a matchmaking profile, like that you have to prepare a matchmaking profile. Yes, then we can, of course.
That's right.
You know, this is not easy. Means you should have a KPMG or Deloitte, so you have to pay huge amount fee. So that before that we are here, so we can support. And mostly I observed that mostly our SMEs are facing problem. You are visiting exhibition. Sometimes I observe that you are visiting exhibition, instead of, you know, taking the name card or brochure, that exhibitor, he started giving his card and said, I am selling. The exhibitor said, I am here to sell. You don't want to tell me. First of all, let us build a relationship, then we can think about it. So friends, it is not difficult task, but we can. Yes, please, your question. What's your name? What's your company? What's your product?
My name is Dr. Rutesh Sawaliya. I represent Paragon Finance Specialty Chemicals. We are into chemical manufacturing and we export to US. But one of the problem that we face is that there many a times there is delay in getting LC from the bank. So many a times it happens over 3 to 4 weeks. So I just wanted to know where SME can be a catalyst to help us speed that process.
Mahesh?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because this is a case-to-case basis. What terms you are, developing or you are signing with your buyer, depend on that. So if you are accepting the terms, okay, LC can be issued after 3 months, then it will be issued by 3 months. If you will say on site, then it will be done properly. But we will guide you, don't worry. Anyone? Yes, please. माइक बंद मत रखना. बोलिए तब तक आपकी आवाज आ जाएगी.
And I have attended Select USA. One is or the
Select
desk.
USA, you were there this last time?
Not last time, before that, in 2022.
Okay.
And I have been to also visited to Washington DC, our Indian embassy.
आवाज बढ़ा.
And I was just, as a second generation entrepreneur, I just want to have some products which we are importing from USA. And we just also want to have some product which can I export to USA. So in that, like a chemical manufacturing company, we do have a coating chemicals for paper, textile, and other industry. So where there is a patent role which is coming into the center, like if we don't have any patent, and if we just jumping into the US market for toll manufacturing, if I want to have a toll manufacturing and put that particular product for any other countries, so should we have to take patent if we are not selling into US market, or should we have to take patent if we are selling out of the US market? So there is a one confusion which is there in my product right now.
Okay. What was your experience while attending this Select USA?
What experience, sir?
What is your experience?
My experience is 11 years in my company.
No, Select USA.
2 years. 2 years.
No, no, you attended Select USA event, no?
Yeah, it was
How
really
did you
nice.
enjoy it?
Was
Was it
really
useful?
nice.
Yeah.
And I want to have my setup in South Carolina or in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good. The question of patents, I'd love to learn more about your product before I answer fully on patents. I think patents are useful. They're not, mandatory all the time. For example, we sold a software company to IBM for a great deal of money, and we did not have a patent on our software. So I think people sometimes get very scared of patents, but sometimes depending on what you're doing and what you're doing in, somebody says you need to have a patent, but maybe you don't, and you can do very good business without it. But I don't want to mislead without knowing your situation better.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll have a question hour later on. Yes, last question. बोलिए बोलिए आप खड़े रहे बोलिए सुनाई देगा हमें. What is your business activity?
Merchant exporter, and I'm having tie-up with USA, sending home construction electrical equipment to USA. Like this part you said that I can start business in USA directly. So I have question, I have plan like I can start a showrooms in different states in USA, so I can promote more product to the USA from India. And I also wish to know that you said 10 people from USA then. So after 10 people, I can take how many people from India or like from other nation which I can have affordable? That's a one question. And I have another question. Like you started first that how many people like took a loan or take the benefit from government for starting the business. So the same thing in USA, if I do this kind of business, so will I have support from government getting the rebate or subsidy for the investment I'm doing? Thank you.
Very good questions. You want to answer the one about the loan? Yeah.
See, the point is, since you are a merchant exporter, first of all, you have to emphasize or, look at your product which you are exporting to USA, whether it is easily you are exporting or you have any hurdles.
Actually, I'm trying to promote.
You started
maximum,
or not yet started?
No,
Yes.
I already exported few electrical products, few ongoing projects, because higher compliance in US due to UL and NSF and other things. So there are many compliance there for certification that I have to develop, and client are not like US want that India become a manufacturing hub for them. But clients having hard time because all the projects, even if I start to develop a pipe for water or for drainage,
So
I have to
आप
go
ऐसा
through
कीजिए,
all the NSF. It takes a longer time over the years. Then RBI also making query in India.
सुनिए एक मिनट, ये साक्षी कुलकर्णी यहाँ पर खड़ी है, इनसे आप मिल लीजिए, वो बता देंगे, आपको गाइड करेंगे.
No, but
हाँ, she will guide on this your subject.
Let me answer your first question, which was a very good one. So if you're going to hire for the immigration purposes for EB5 for yourself in setting up a subsidiary, yes, you have to hire at least 10 U.S. workers. Now, if you want to now bring workers from India after that, you need to be concerned about visas to get them there, right? Which are very, very difficult right now. So once you are established and truly have a duration of your affiliate there, there's ways maybe to do that, but they're very difficult right now. Visas are very tough to get. EB5 is really the only way to get there. You can maybe do a cross-company transfer, which is a different kind of visa, but not to bring a whole bunch of India workers. So, yeah. No, it's really only for executives more than anything. They're not for laborers. So I would put in your mind that if you're going to set up a U.S. affiliate, you're going to hire people that are there in the U.S., not bringing a whole bunch of Indian workers there.
So thank you very much, Joe. Yeah. Thanks for insight about particularly doing business in USA. So friends, let me take a privilege to invite Dhanesh Hassani, a Zonal Sales Manager of Tata AIA Insurance. When we talk about the wealth, we should think about health, and we should think about your future. Aye.
Mr. Joe and Mr. Salunkhe, on my seniors and my colleagues. So I am representing to Tata AIA, Tata AIA Life Insurance organizations. So first of all, I will give you the brief idea why we are here and why we are here and why what we will cover up in this next 4 to 5 slides. So if I will talk about Tata, it means all have the idea what is the Tata, what we are doing right now. In Tata, we have 150 years experience which we are carrying from independence. We have 311 billion market capitalization, diversified business in aviation, in the salt, in the insurance, in all backgrounds. And currently we are at 128 billion total revenue and 9 lakh employees. Currently we are more than 9 lakh employees and 100 plus countries we are serving to each and every consumer right now. So if I will go with the Tata, so we will cover Tata Capital, Tata Insurance, Tata Power, Tata Project, Tata Housing, and all other organizations which we are covering right now. And if I will talk about the Tata AIA, so currently we secured more than 70 lakh customers before it was ended in the month of March 2023. So if I am not wrong, currently we are at 140 CR Indian population, Indian Sensex, which we have to calculated in the month of March. So we covered approx 70 lakh customers. With 70 lakh customers, we covered approx 3 lakh crore sum assured. Sum assured, it means insurance cover which we are giving to the each and every consumers. And currently we have the asset management approx 62,894 crores. Along with that, we have the 98.53 claim settlement ratio. Claim settlement ratio, it means I am talking about the death claims which we received post-COVID and after COVID also, which we are giving to the each and every customers to the nominee X amount which we are providing to after the death. And currently we are at more than 400 branches across the India. Currently we established our new branch in Dubai. And after receiving the death claim, we are settling the death claim within the 4 hours. So we have organized after post-COVID only, because we received many of the claims in the year 2020 and the 21 year. So we settled more than maximum which we are covering the 4 hours settling the death claims. So this is the brief idea, brief introduction which I am giving to you, which I am coming from the Tata AIA, which now why we are here, and what I will cover in next 4 slides. So which I will give you the brief introduction. We are selling life insurance as a individual policies. Individual policies already we sold till 2014. And we come in the year 2015 like a business insurance, as you are the SME for us. So many of the customers, they are purchasing a policy under the name of their organization and and they are covering the insurance cover for himself or for him, for of the employees or the organization for himself. So we have a employer. One is the employer section, which we have to cover for employees, only for the employees who are the directors, who are the working with your organizations. Second, which we are covering the key man insurance policy. Key man, it means the key holder person, which we have to give the insurer to the key person, which the company will establishing by them only. So you have to take the policy. We are there to serve you also. Third, which we are giving to the partnership forms, which the minimum partners are around 2, minimum 2, and the maximum it will go the 14. And the last option which we are covering, the MWP Act. It's a Married Woman Property Act, which we are offering to the each and every customer while the customer become a bankrupt, and if the death happens or the maturity will give to their wife only. So Married Woman Property Act came 1998, and more or less we are selling MWP Act in each and every consumer because of the businessmen, they are the risky profiles. Third, which we have to cover employer policies. Employer policy, it means why we are giving this type of the policy. 1 second. Why we are giving this type of the policy? Because to retain the employees, we are providing a employer policy. It will come under section 37(1) Act. So if you will purchase a policy as an individual policy, it will come the ATC, under section ATC. But in the employer policy, it is the business insurance policies which we are covering under section 37 Act. And if the person will cover who are the directors, who are the mostly sole proprietorship firms which they are belonging, and partnership firms, and more or less who are filing the return of their organizations. So friends, employer, it means we are covering in the public, private, limited organizations also, and some extent we are giving the insurance cover to the directors, to the employees also. In partnership firms, we required a partnership deed for covering the insurance cover to the partners. And this policy belongs to your company कंपनी का जो टैक्स आता है विच वी आर पेइंग द कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स और द इंडिविजुअल टैक्स will the bracket come 25%, maximum 25-26%. So you will save your taxes by taking the policy under your organization. The insurance cover will become you, your employees, and it means जो भी अभी आपके साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, it means your employees and the directors or the partners. So you know Tata AIA? All know Tata AIA? So you have the policy of Tata? Which policy? Malife Gold. Yeah. You? आपके पास कौन सी है? Malife. No. He also raised up brand also. So Tata AIA, this policy launched in the year 2000-2001 when the company is established. And we are giving the dividend and the bonuses throughout the lifetime, 100 years. 100 years. And because of this product, we are there. Still the product is continue. Yeah. So in Gujarat, if I will talk about the Ahmedabad, we have one branch. The name is Parimal Garden branch. This is our regional branch of the Gujarat. So I am coming there only. And 15 साल हो गए. So Tata के साथ. So this is the place. So yeah, we cover up the employer. Then after the key man insurance policy, already I told you key man insurance policy. It means who is the key holder person, whether it is a director or the partner, जिसके साथ वो company continue हो रहा है. Because of that person is there, and if he is not there, so company का कुछ problem हो सकता है. So we are giving the insurance cover to the key man insurance policy to bracket. Then after there is one of the example which I will tell you. There is one of the RAM director, and he received a 1 crore dividend. Or if you are, let's say, if your net profit is 1 CR, if your net profit is your 1 CR in your company's return, in your not in your individual returns. So you have to pay the 25% corporate tax. It means it will come 25 lakh rupees. Then after individual tax, which you are covering in your ATC bracket, more than ATC bracket, so it will go to 35 lakh rupees. The net revenue will come the only 38 lakh rupees, 95,000, approx 39 lakh rupees. If you will purchase employer policy or partnership policy or keyman insurance policy or Hindu undivided families, जो policy, if you are covering this type of the policy, so your tax, corporate tax, it will be saved 25 lakh 17,000 net. And you have to pay your individual tax, जो आप pay करते हो, वो जैसे हम pay करते salaried or the occupational person, they have to pay. So net profit, it will come 89 lakh rupees. So simple thing is that why we are here, we have done in the this kind of the event here only in the month of March, 27th or 26th of the March. We covered these points and we generated good business after that in the month of April and May also. So thing is that earlier the person, they are not aware about these kind of the product, these kind of the insurance policies. But after the 2016 and the 17, we done a marketing campaigns to each and every MSME, SME, and we done a private limited organization to partnership firms also. So they came to know कि yeah, we have to go for this policy. I am requesting to each and every you, if not, so give your some amount in your company to us, because it is for starting. You will come कि how the policy will generate, how the policy will process, how the underwriting team we are working, how the medicals will happen, how the policy will come at your place, how you are taking the taxation benefit under section 37(1) in your organization, in your company. Then after over the period, after the assignment, after the policy assignment, because this policy will assign in your name also after the period, after the 5 years or the 3 years, then after you have to go for another premiums. When you visualize, yes, this policy will work from me, we are there, we will support to you also, and after that, you will go for the big amount also to save the tax. So, these are the last point why we are here and why these are the USP points which I am covering to you, unit links, unit selling points. We have chartered account team, each and every cities, each and every zones. If you are thinking about that, yes, I want to save my tax, let's say for any kind of amount, any penny amount. So we are the chartered account. If you want to interact with them, so you can. We have first, अगर आपने महालाइफ गोल्ड लिया था, so तब we are giving a policy by offline. Form जैसे LIC का forms fill up होता है and all this, and now we are in digitalization. If you want to fill the form by yourself at your home, at your laptop and tab or the mobile, if we will help you. Second, dedicated underwriting team, it means we will evaluation, we are providing to the insurance cover or yes or not, we are selling now pension plan also. If your age is more than 45 years, if you want to cover pension, so you can. Last, medical, if you are, let's say if you are applying for the term plans, or the saving on the unit link plans where the sum assured insurance cover is more than 50 lakh or the 1 year, so we will go for the medicals at your home place also. And digital tools, yes, we have digital tools. Now we have launched Hindi website, Tata AIA Hindi website. If you want to go at your home page, so you can. So this is from my side. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you want to interact with me right now, so I can. Otherwise, we are there. We have the stand, we are there for till 10:30. If you want to come with us, we will help you. Yeah, please, any questions or any kind of want to give, so I will there. किसको कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना हो बिजनेस इंश्योरेंस रिलेटेड, क्यों लेना चाहिए, why we are covering insurance policies in these segments. शायद many of the customers, many of the persons, they are not worrying about the business insurance policies. Section क्या लगता है? We have the presentation in my laptop also. If you want to see after this meeting, I am there. If you want to give us the opportunity that we will meet you at your place, at your convenient time, so we are there. We are the total 26 relationship manager with us in Ahmedabad branch. So we will felicitate to you also. So any questions, any doubts, any want to, कुछ है questions, any doubts, want to ask with me? Nothing? Because of the life insurance, huh? So that's it from my side, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Exchange of India Limited. We are there in futures trading. And today we are talk about insurance, as my earlier speaker talked about the life insurance. Same SMEs, when SMEs are here, you people are here for the business and growth. When my earlier speaker talked about the life insurance, I'll talk about the business insurance. Tata can be a life insurance partner for you and your company, where MCX could be the insurance partner for your cost, or you can say your profit margin, and how it is, that we'll see through my presentation. And thank you very much SME Chamber who gave us an opportunity to be here and present our case here. So base metal complex, those who say I heard we are there in a cable manufacturing or since in chemical unit. So if any of the metal is consumed by you, it is in a non-ferrous complex, metal complex. It includes copper, aluminum, lead, nickel and zinc. So all this contract has been traded on our platforms. Ours is a future exchange where you can hedge your product, and what are the examples? I'll take it through my presentation. For a base metal complex, or we can say non-ferrous metal complex, it's in you can discover it local, but its application has in a wild industrial applications. So for you, it is very much necessary not only to expand our business, but to protect our profit also. sometimes those who are in metal manufacturing or those are SMEs who are there for the metal based product, they know there are so many changes in their prices when they book the contract and when they deliver the final product. There is always a variation in the prices. For any metal product, the fluctuation in the prices is based on the various parameters like mining experience, mining, opening and closing of mining, government interventions, various tariff, economical, geopolitical factor. These all are the factors which affect the prices of the metal and which could be the input price for your unit or you can say for your industry. Why we need an hedging? In simple parlance, hedging is nothing but an insurance of a price, of your input price. If you are in a miner, you have to sold your material at the market price. If you are a processor, you will be having a fixed margin, purchase price plus your cost, and you have a fixed price selling center. If you are a producer, you have sold your goods at the fixed price. If you are a recycler, because in Ahmedabad there are so many recycling units also, for there each and every area you will have a price variation, you are exposed to the price risk. And that is why we are here to hedge your price. Hedging is nothing but to protect our margin, our bottom line. I'll give an example of aluminum. These are the last few years volatility in aluminum contract. You can say from starting from 2016 to 2023, there is a constant up and down in the prices of the raw material. I haven't given an example of aluminum. If you don't do anything, say last in FY 22-23, the average volatility in aluminum is say 28.71%. Suppose if your turnover is at around say 100 crore, you are exposed to the risk of 28 crore. Or you can define as per your balance sheet and turnover. Similarly is the case with copper, where the annual volatility is around 21.88%. It means if you can't do anything, if you don't protect your price, or you can say your raw material cost or your sell cost, you are anyway exposed to this much percentage of risk. There are two ways of doing it. We don't do anything, simply traditional, aage se chali aati hai. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win, and it should going on. That can be one of the thought process. Another thought process is to hedge your margins, to hedge your input price, to hedge your sell price. And how to do it? For that, we are the listed commodity exchange. We are the leader in commodity future and option trading. You can hedge your product, or you can say raw material, on our platform. These are one of the example. Here I am trying to give an example of say somebody is saying say company need an import 10 ton of copper, and they are manufacturing of it, where your raw material price is fixed, but you don't know at what price you are going to sell it. So you don't need to do anything. You have to simply enter into the future transactions. You have to buy it from the physical market. The moment you buy 10 metric ton, you have to sold it on the exchange platform. Moment you are ready with your final product, you can sell it in the physical market and you can square up with the future contract. Those who are not well versed with the future transactions, they are in a physical market. When you buy a raw material, you have to pay 100% of your amount. By the future, you need to pay only the margin amount which is required for to enter in any of the future contract. So moreover, what I try to highlight is, so for any level, for any book price, when you are unwinding your position, whether the physical market at the time of sold, whether up or down, you are least concerned, because physical and spot market always come and work in tandem. If some physical is up by 1 rupee, future can be up or down by 1 rupee or 2 rupee, and vice versa. So in any case, if you are selling in at any point of time, your purchase price would be fixed as at what price you quote for your forward booking, or you can say for forward sell. Similarly, if somebody is having a weekly requirement of raw material, every week I want to purchase the 10 metric ton, and I wanted to deliver at the end of the month, I want to deliver finished, say total consumption is say 40 metric ton. So what process you have? One is you can lock the entire prices at this point of time, book your working capital, and then processing out of it. Or you can buy it 10 metric ton in physical market, and you can unwind your positions in future market. That's what example I am trying to give you is, future and spot market is always an inverse relation. If you are buying on future, you have to sell on the Hajir Bazaar. or if you are having an Hajar Bajar stock, you can sell on the exchange platform. It is nothing but at one place you are plus, at another place you are minus. That is called hedging. For in all this case, I will not take much of your time because my another speaker is also there. So I will say hedging, you can hedge your profit margin with the help of future exchange. In Ahmedabad and especially in Gujarat, hedging or say future trading is not a very new name for any of the industries. If you are an importer, you have a risk of rising of falling of a price. If you are exporter, you are an exporter to the rising of prices. So in all the cases, when you are a risk or you are you are exposed to any kind of a price fluctuation, like we did it in currency. When you say we are exporting or we are importing something, you are exposed to the risk of currencies, and you must be having some forward booking limit, or you say you might having a position in the currency exchanges also. Similarly, if you are an underlying of any of the metal, copper, zinc, lead, aluminum, any of the metal, and then you are exposed to the price risk. So for that, you need to come and hedge on our platform. What are the contract available to us? So contract available to us are the aluminum, copper, nickel, lead, and zinc. So we have a 5 metric ton aluminum vis-a-vis 1 ton of aluminum also. We have a copper of 2.5 metric ton. We have a lead of say 5 metric ton. Nickel we have a 5 metric ton, zinc we have 5 metric ton, and recently we have launched 1 metric ton contract also. So if your annual consumption or some monthly consumption is not large amount, you can hedge with us with the 1 metric ton of contract also. These are our average daily volume and open positions. Those who know hedging, they know what is the importance of open interest. It gives you a comfort for any of the buyer and seller. There are so many people present in this room. It's called open interest. And people use our platform. There are so many SMEs, so many corporate. Those who are a manufacturer of any of the metal component, they come and hedge on our platform. So these are the contract available to us. We trade on 5 metal contract with the theme mini contract. For that, you need to open like in your bank account, you need to open a trading account with any of the brokers or any of the intermediary which are notified by the exchange. You need to open the account, you need to open a KYC, you have to give them check for the margin money. Here you don't need to pay the 100% money, you need to pay only the margin money. That is says for the copper contract value is 5 lakhs. You don't need to pay the 5 lakhs to buy 5 metric ton of copper. You need to pay only 10% margin to book the contract. At the end of the expiry, when you scare up, you will get your deposit back. So in short, within a lower margin, you are able to protect yourself. But most of the people always do the mistake. They are always, when you are manufacturing of say some cable where the copper is your raw material, we are always have say, mane lage che ke teji thase, mane u lage che ke mandi thase. So this lage thing should not be come into the picture when we do hedging. લાગે છે ને પછી લાગે જ માથામાં, પછી બીજું કશું ના થાય આપણને. ગુજરાતીમાં એટલા માટે સમજાવું છું કે બહુ ઝડપથી સમજી જાય આપણને લોકોને. So when we do hedge, we are plus at one place and we are minus on another point. So there is nothing called lage, no unlage. It's only about hedging. When you are buying, you have to square up when you sell it in the physical market. So for any of the contract, when we say only 5% margin on 10% margin, you can take 5 ton of copper. People who do mistake, they do long. They buy in the physical market also, and they buy in future also. That is the mistake every corporate or any small unit is doing. Please don't do it. This platform is only for the hedging. Some people say we hedge, so we lost our money because we lost the price gain. But if you don't hedge, anyway you are going to lose. So it is up to us. The hedging is a zero-sum game. Neither you are in profit, neither you are in loss. You are here to protect your losses, not to make a profit. So when you are getting profit from the future and you are getting also profit from the physical market, it means as a unit, you are making some mistake. So for hedging, it's a zero-sum game. Sometime profit in physical, loss in future exchanges. That is how the zero-sum game can come. So these all are the contract specifications where you can participate on our platform with the all small contract also. And lastly, there are, if somebody, I don't know whether you people, any of you have heard about or you have traded in exchange platform. Earlier, all our base metal contract is having a cash settlement contract, but nowadays all our base metal contract, bit copper, aluminum, zinc, lead, nickel, all the contracts are the delivery based contract. And I am making here is the primary delivery centers. For say aluminum, Raipur is our primary center. Copper, lead and nickel, we have, lead is in Chennai, copper, nickel and zinc is in a Thane delivery center. It means somebody would like to take delivery from our platform, that is also possible, because Ahmedabad, with what we understand, is in a major market for aluminum, especially for the secondary aluminum. So if anybody would like to take or give deliveries, our platform are there. You can take delivery from us. In which form of the delivery, suppose aluminum, all the contract has in a specific shape, specific quality which you will get the goods, and when you deliver you have to deliver it in the contracts as per our contract specification only. For an example, if you would like to give delivery of say aluminum, it is available in ingot form. Somebody asks which brand we get as a delivery. So LME approved brand is a brand delivered on our platform. There are even in domestic player like Vedanta or Hindustan Zinc or say Hindalco, their aluminum can also be delivered on our platform. So we have our website where which brand are available for deliveries or which brand delivery you can give. So this also information available on our website. We generally, our contract is in a monthly contract. Suppose in the 1st of July, if you enter into the contract, expiry of that contract is on the 31st of July. Prior to expiry, 5 working days would be considered as a tender period, delivery period. If you don't want to go or give delivery, take delivery, you can roll it over for the next month. On an average, on your screen will give liquidity for 3-month contract. So present to 3 months forward, you can book your raw material on our platform. These are the storage charts if you wanted to keep it delivery in our warehouses, because MCX has their designated warehouses at all the delivery center, prominent delivery centers, where you can keep your goods. If you don't want to leave the delivery, you can keep it. If you don't want to have, somebody ask a question, can I get a delivery sitting in Ahmedabad? No, at this point of time, no. You can get delivery from the designated center. For an example, if it is copper, you can get it from Thane, wherever we have designated warehouses, and you can get delivery from there. So these are some of the charges which is levied on us. Our contract earlier was an international exchange settled prices, but now we do spot pulling from the Mumbai market or where the delivery centers are. So we generally publish spot market prices for all the 5 base metal contract once in a day. Final settlement price of our contract is based on the average of last 5 days, and you can get the final settlement price for the contract, and your deliveries or your dues can be settled based on that. We have a spot pulling mechanism where we pull the prices from the physical market and we can settle our contract. These are some of the important websites where you can get the information on your metal complex. Apart from our own website, you can get various other information on the metal complex. Do's and don't always trade with the authorized member who can open an account and do KYCs, proper KYC. Give the proper margin, so you can get track record of profit and loss. One other important point is if you are trading in or hedging on exchange platform, and if you are any profit and loss will be treated as a business profit and loss, not an individual, which was a provision made in Income Tax Act in 2013. So you can take benefit if you are making hedging and making a profit and loss out of it. So with this, I would like to end up my presentation. Thank you for having patience listening. Thank you very much.
So now I will invite Mr. Kaushik Chandra, founder and CAO at Connect Redefining Businesses. His topic is fundamental disconnect. What are they? So sir, मेरे ख्याल से dinner or
yeah, I am standing as a mediator between the dinner and
your presentation.
Most difficult, yeah. So
Yes.
nobody ask questions. Please don't ask any questions. Let me finish up. Okay. So thank you, ma'am. I mean, you have given a very good example, and thank you for that show, what you have given. 3 things we have learned from here. More wealth from Joseph. Save your health from, from Dhanesh, and again, save your wealth from ma'am. Now we here actually want to do how to systemize the entire process to do these three things. Correct? These three things has to be done, we know that. But if we don't systemize ourselves or our business, we can't do this. And that is where the fundamental disconnect happens. We think, we wish, it's like becoming an Amazon cart. We put it there, but we don't buy. Right? We keep on putting there, but we don't buy. When we buy, sometimes it becomes very late also. So these things happen. So I will make it very short now. Going to the next one. This gentleman is Mr. Brad Sugars, who says a very beautiful line. The only risk you can take is the risk to do nothing. The only risk you can take is the risk that you do nothing. If we do nothing, we have got nothing to gain and nothing to lose also. If we take a risk, there is a 50% chance at least. So that's what he says. Now, Brad Sugar is the person who founded Action Coach, from where we stand from. My guru is sitting there, Mr. Molaj. There, can you just put up your hand? So we belong to the same community, and we follow what Action Coach says, and we build up the businesses across the country, worldwide, the way the Action Coach thinks about it. Okay, now this person comes from Las Vegas. We are stationed out there with 96, we are present in 96 countries all across, with around 4,500 coaches working for different organizations, different entrepreneurs across the world. So he's the person, and so this is what, this 4,500 coaches globally, helping 30,000 businesses all across. So that is a community where we belong to. Okay? Coming to myself, standing before you with a founder and a CAO. No, it's not CEO, it's a CAO, the Chief Abandonment Officer. So if CEO can come to the picture, CAO also can come to the picture, right? So I have been in 32 years working with different MNCs, and then I decided that let me help the people who has made me here. Mr. Milind Diwanji is here? I think he has left. Mr. Milind Diwanji. I started my life actually, my daughter was born in this city in 2008. I came to Ahmedabad in 2005. I was working with Epson at that point of time. Milind Diwanji was one of my biggest partners in that time, and maybe, he knows a lot of things about us. So I left Gujarat in 2013 to move to Bombay. So we believe in 4 things: why you do it, what you do it, when you do it, and then think how you do it. But probably we do the just opposite thing. कोई अगर हमको कुछ बोलता है तो पहले हम लोग ये सोचते हैं कि कैसे करना है. But we learned that if we know why to do it, then we know what to do it. And of course, when we know what to do it, we know when to do it. And if all these 3 W's are okay, then how to do it comes automatically. Am I right? So if I am right, please show some, encouragement to me. And if I'm wrong also, tell me that, boss, you are wrong. Okay? So with this permission thing, I would take your permission to be your coach for the next 15 minutes at least. Give me that time. Okay, thank you so much. What we do actually, we help you to stand free during your business hours. We help you to come out of your micromanagement and see the business from the top. Okay? So we help you to get more money because you can do multiple things while doing one business. We help you to regain more energy back because you are spending less energy doing everything together, avoiding micromanagement. Obviously, you get more time. And of course, you can't do anything alone, believe it. Agree to it, put it in your heart that you can't do anything alone. You have to have a team with you. Without the team, you are actually nothing. Okay, it's very, very crucial. It can be, somebody can say that I run my own business, but nobody runs his business on his own. There are so many parameters which helps the business to run actually. Correct? So, In our process, we have seen that if you actually develop 10% of each and every steps defined by our organization, you actually make 46% more revenue with a 61% more profitability. We can show that, okay? That is there available in black and white, and we can show that. So these things will come later on because we have very short time. Let's get into some brutal introspections. We have been all doing businesses many more years. I've been doing business only for 3 years, but I have run my other people's businesses for a long time. There will be 13 questions come up. All of you can mark yourself out of 10, how much you actually rate yourself out of 10. You don't have to tell anybody, you don't have to tell me also. I'm not your teacher because your teacher is you only. Because when you come out of your home, you stand before your mirror to ask whether you are right or wrong, and that is you only, right? When we come out of our house, we dress properly, and we ask acknowledgement from somebody, and that is me only, correct? So the confidence comes from me only and nobody else on the earth, correct? So let's ask the first question. What is the first question? How many of you believe that you have a great product and services which can do wonders? You can mark yourself on your own in a scale of 1 to 10. 1 can be the one is the minimum and 10 is the max, okay? Does your product solve a critical problem of your society? Come on, let's take 1 second to fill it up. We don't have so much of time. The third one is, are your customers willing to pay the prices which you want for your product and services? Don't stop scoring yourself because the score is for you only. You have to see your own mirror. Nobody can show you your mirror. Are you, as an entrepreneur, able to deliver what you promised, what you or your team has promised? Were you able to deliver what you or your team promised? Are you getting positive feedback for at least 80% of your transactions? Are 80% of your customers coming back to you to buy again? Or each and every time you go for a new customer? We all suffer from perceived indifferences. We lose customers, we don't know why we lost it, but we are very much arrogant to go back to them and ask that why you have left me. Correct? So the question is, are 80% of your customers willing to come back to you and buy again? Or you keep on hunting? Are you and your team getting sufficient leads to run your business? I repeat the question, are you or your team are getting sufficient leads to run your business? And finally, are you able to touch base all the leads that you get? Do you have a system in your organizations where you can find out what are the status and what is the fate of the leads what you get? Because of course, I think the leads are not free of cost. It doesn't come FOC. It comes with a lot of money spent behind it. Now, have you checked in your system whether that money has been counted or not, measured or not, tested or not? Or we just lose it in a cross? Correct? I hope everybody is able to answer yourself on your own. You don't have to tell us, you don't have to tell anybody for that. Let's go to the next page and find the next question out there. Are your team a good communicator like you? Remember one thing, nobody can be like you. Don't try to find somebody like you. That's the biggest defeat and that's the biggest problem which we'll have. And I want somebody like me and nobody can be like you. Right? But still, your team can be a good communicator like you, not you. Okay? Going back to the next question, are your team consistently meeting their targets on month-on-month basis? Are you able to justify that, measure that, test that? Do you have a ready KPI system in your organization to measure it?
The problem is, when I was working in organizations, I used to get salary on 31st of the month. No tension. I never knew what the person who is signing the check, what he was going through. Somebody was signing the check actually. In this case, you signed the check. Correct? Now tell me honestly, when you are giving an appointment letter to somebody, do you get the KPI signed by him that why he's getting the salary? You don't. You are committed to give the salary, but is he committed to give you what for you are giving the salary? Is it an exchange of paper, the MOU? No, nothing. So the practice with the people whom I work with currently, we have attached that KPI along with the terms and conditions of the recruitment. You give it, I give it. 3 months gracious period, after that you need to give the eggs. Is time enough to do that? So, are your team consistently reaching the sales targets? Is your revenue growing month on month? I'm not talking about the top line revenue, I'm talking about the bottom line revenue, because that is the only wisdom in business. So we at Action Coach, we are not motivational speakers. We don't motivate anybody. No point of motivating anybody, because when you keep on motivating somebody who does not want to get motivated, will never get motivated. You waste your time. So we only try to motivate the balance sheet. If I earn more money, I will obviously get benefited. Nobody needs to get me motivated. Correct? If the organization is doing very well, the health is very good, the wealth is increasing, the organization is in a good health, right? It is automatically motivated. So that's what it is. And there are so many people who are actually motivating us in the social media. So we don't take that situation to motivate again people. Are all the projects undertaken by you are fulfilled in time? The project means not only the physical projects, the project means the wishes which are at the back end of your mind. That is also a project. I asked one of my partner saying that, why are you doing business? So he told me, I want to do something for the society. I mean, it's all crap. You want to live better, and that is why you are doing your business. Come to the bottom line. So if I am not happy doing my business and earning my money back to home, I don't think I will do business for long. Correct? By this time, I think you have all answered, scale yourself. Now, if your score is 95 out of 130, which is precisely 76%, then you need to recheck yourself. If your score is 95 out of 130, then you need to recheck yourself that why are you doing this business? And for whom you are doing this business? Correct? So, why are you doing this business? So why are we doing this business? With whom are we doing this business? I give you two types of people out in the society. The yellow point is basically the point of power, the center of power where we all look at. There are some sections of people who are into blame game, excuses and denial. That is lying in the bed. Think about doing good, considering other people doing good. If you remember, there is a story of somebody, anybody, nobody. Yeah? So these people are the same. Blame games, excuses, denials. Whereas on the other end, you have some people who are loving to take ownership, accountability and responsibility. The proportion of the OR and the bed is 20% and 80%, because the rule of life is 20% by 80%. We all live in an 80-20 situation, so this time is also the same thing, 80-20 situation. The person lying in the bed is basically the battery which has got exhausted. Kindly remove them. Don't stay with them, don't live with them, because it will create more drainage from your own battery. Try to find out these people who are in the green level. These people will actually help you to grow. So it is not always that the direct production of the people who actually helps you to grow. The vibes which the people carry with them also helps you to grow. And I think that is one of the most important thing which helps you to grow. It's not the product, but the vibes, the strong vibes, the positive vibes, which actually helps you to grow. So we believe a successful business is a commercial, profitable enterprise which can run without you. I repeat the word. That's what Brad Sugar has thought about it. A successful business is an enterprise, a profitable one, a commercially profitable one, which can run without you. And if you see, all the large businesses are not run by the owners, it is run by the system, because the owner creates the people, the owner creates the system, and the people run the system. And whenever the owner comes to rule the system, it is sabotaged. In our childhood, we used to say, boss ko mat bulao, boss bulane se bonsai ho jata hai. And we used to always talk that. Boss ko mat bulao, boss bulane se bonsai hota hai. Hota hi tha. क्योंकि उनके हाथ में सब कुछ था, उनके हाथ में प्राइस था, उनका मन खुशी है आज. His wife might have treated him very well, so he gave out a more discount to the market, and you look at blankly at people and boss, I was doing this, I was earning more than what he was given to the company. Now this guy came and given some more discount. That's it, close the order. What's the game in it? If you have all the strings in your hand, then you are not supposed to lead the business. You have to leave the business, not lead the business. Then only your business will grow. So how do you do it? Everything is said, but how do you do it? Now this portion I will just cover up one by one. We have identified 24 ways to scale up your desired business from the state of business to business. There are 24 ways where we work upon to scale up your desired business from business to business. Vision statement. Do you have that? Written completely in all the walls. The mission statement for why you are in this business. The culture of your organization. It is being cleanly slated with the people who have joined your organization. The SMART goals. ऐसा नहीं है कि we came after all this period of corona and everything, so we need to recover, which all the aviation industry as well as the hospitality industry is also doing. They are recovering all what they have lost in the last 2 years. Correct? SMART goal isn't that. SMART is very different. Being smart is being specific, being measurable, being achievable, realistic, and within a time frame. That's what a smartness is. What I'm thinking, what I'm wishing, is it really achievable or not? I'm not saying that you have to give something which is very much easily available, but you have to give something which is a little bit stressable also. But that does not mean that I keep on wishing something which is not there. Today, if I want to become an Ambani, I think I'm not very smart. Correct? So let's not dream in that way. But unfortunately today, majority of the entrepreneurs are thinking in that way. Let's recover. We cannot recover. We have to sustain that. We have to build up that. If the Q1 results are not good, you cannot have the Q1 everything built up in Q2. No, not possible. If the Q1 results are not up, then you have to divide the balance of the Q1 which is left, divide it in the next 3 months or 6 months time, and ensure that the Q2 goes into proper length. Correct? So, vision, mission, culture, SMART goals, organizational chart, who to whom and when. There's no point of barging in any discussions and telling that, this is what I'm doing. Abhi ye kar lo, abhi wo kar lo. Abhi jao usko saman deke aa. Abhi wo check utha ke leke aao. So there has to be an organizational chart which helps the system to move in a proper roller without being a roller coaster. Positioning contract. Many a times we recruit people by telling our friends, our relatives, मेरे को एक 50,000 वाला आदमी दे दे यार काम करा लूँगा थोड़ा बहुत. But this guy also doesn't know what he is supposed to do. because he is actually slated as a 50,000 वाला आदमी. जो बोलेगा वही करना है. मतलब एजिलिटी होना चाहिए, करेक्ट, एडेप्टेबिलिटी होना चाहिए, सुनना चाहिए. But if the contract is not ready for that guy for what he is inside the organizations, then how can you judge that guy? How can you create the KPI for that guy, and what basis is working there? When you recruit somebody from another organization, even if he was doing well there, doesn't mean that he will do well here. Is there any guarantee for that, sir? A person who was not successful in any other organizations may be highly successful at your organizations. I think many of you have tested that, correct? I was very unsuccessful in working with JL Morrison in the initial days, but I was pretty good successful in Panasonic in my time. There was one leader in that organization who told me कि ये कचरा बाद में बच्चा बनेगा. And that helped me to come here and stand here to talk before you. So he has pushed me that. Do we do that in our organizations or not? सुनने अच्छा लगता है, करने में difficult होता है. Okay. KPIs. How many of you have got KPIs in your organizations for all your team members? Right? Even the peon, the ticket collector, the HR guy, the sales guy, even you as an owner, you need to deliver also. Because you are not the system, you are a part of the system. Now first believe that. That you are not the system. Though you have created the system, but you don't own the system, you are actually a part of the system. The moment you start believing this, your organization start believing this, your people start believing in this, and then you start growing. How to actually love the systems. If you don't love the system, we don't do it. The management system, the entire system understanding. I would like to ask you one more question. How many of you have got SOPs in your organization? Is it really helpful? Do your new people give an exam on that? Do you give them 1 month time to make people understand what is an SOP, what is written there, and then they pass an exam on that? So, giving an SOP and telling them that you must go through it doesn't give any answer. So you have to make them read it, explain it, and you have to make them pass that exam. Maybe you can put 60, but they have to pass that exam, that they know the SOP of the organizations or the department where they belong to. Correct? That makes his positional contract more tight and more secured. The most interesting part is coming now. We talk about the mastery of the business. So we have spoken about the 9 systems out there. We are speaking about the six systems out there. Mastering the different part of business. Now what is the mastery? The mastering the money. When you do the business, passion doesn't come into any use. Passion remains for a few days. And then the pension starts ringing. क्या हुआ? पैसा आया क्या? Interest देना पड़ेगा बैंक में. Correct? So the passion only helps to start. And the moment the pension gets hit, the passion starts flying away. It doesn't stay for long. So creating a mastery on your destination, where actually you want to reach. I hope everybody of you have got your 10-year, 15 years plan. Which year you are going to achieve what? And then breaking down into 5 years, then into 3 years, and then coming back to the 90 days. So when we plan for 10 years, it's a big wish list. And then we come to 5 years, actually we are cutting down, which is not required. 5 saal pehle poch lo. We cut it down to 3 years, we become more specific. To 1 year, we become more and more specifics, and then finally we come to 90 days, because 4 into 90 days gives 1 year. So when you take a target in your life, don't take the target as a whole. Dissipate the target into small numbers, it becomes easily achievable. बड़ा सोचना ठीक है, लेकिन बड़े में रहना ठीक नहीं है. उसको कट के छोटा कर दो, अपना साइज में लेके आइए. It helps. Correct? When the team is said, you have to do 200 crores this year, they see 200 crores, which is unachievable. Then when you divide it by 12, they come into a certain figure, 200 crore nahi hai, itna hi karna hai. Then when you break the annual figures into 4 quarters, in some quarter it is 30%, some quarter it is 40%, again 30%, again 40%, so there is a rollover situations because all products does not go equally all throughout the quarter. Now again when we divide that quarter into a month, which can be a 20, 40 and 80 different systems, it becomes more easier. And then again when we divide into week, it becomes more and more easier and merrier to work, right? So breaking into small makes it more tangible to understand. Less is more. The more less you think, it becomes more. I will give you a small example of that later on this. So after that, we talk about time. Now everybody wants to master time, and believe me, nobody can master time. You have to be with the time. Today, if it is 9 o'clock now or 9:15 now, tomorrow at this particular time, it will be again 9:15. You cannot master it. Though the river thinks it is very unethical that the river water always flows toward the sea, but the river cannot stop it. It has to flow towards the sea. There is no choice there. Similarly with time. So we have to build ourselves according to the time frame, according to our priority, which is more viable at one point of time. Then we talk about mastery and delivery. Are we delivering as per our promise? Because many a times, being in sales, we sometimes overcommit, which is very natural. I have also done that. Your sales team will also do that. Because being an entrepreneur, being a businessman, the first thing what you do is douse the fire which your team has created. Your team will always create problems and you will keep on firefighting on it. That is where the business starts from. So after that, we talk about the niche, why people will buy from you and what is that you're looking for. What is your best? People come to you for something, either a price, quality, your behavior. It is not always the price, sometimes the behavior. We are all living in flats today, and we all have got 2-3 departmental stores in and around. But when your mom or your wife tells something to bring, you always go down to one shop only. We always go to one shop to have our hair cut, right? Though there are 5-6 shops. So it is not always price. It is the behavior, the person who is dealing with you is more important. Because once you start believing that system, you stop asking the price. But whenever you go to a new place, you look into the weighing machine, you look into the person, you look into his eyes, you look into his dress, you look everything. Correct? So that is why the niche is very important. Leveraging all these areas into place to bring efficiency among all the parts is another part which we discuss about this. And of course, the team. Together, everyone achieves more. Does the word make sense? Together, everyone achieves more. That's the word called team. You alone cannot do, I alone cannot do, it's a team, correct? Putting the team into place, creating the structures, putting the leaders into place, and then finally getting into the synergy, because if you put somebody on top of the team, the synergy will get disturbed. So creating the synergy within the team, within the supervisors, within the people, within the system is very important. Otherwise the machine will run, but it will create a lot of noise. Okay? And then finally, when you do all these things, the result is that you are free about it. And when you are free, your main job is to become an investor. You have actually invested money into the business. You are not the owner of the business. Because if you want to be the owner of the business, then you have not grown, sir. You need to come out of the business and think it as your investment. You have given it to somebody to do it. You have to look into the dashboard. So creating the dashboard is very important. How many of you are working on lead generations day by day? How many of you are actually generating the leads as per your requirement, and what is the process you do it? In long back in 1992, I had a training with Modi Xerox. They taught me a very important thing called SPANCO. How many of you know the SPANCO? SPANCO is suspect, prospect, authority, need, close, order. We all do it. Way back in 1992, Modi Xerox used to teach people like that. Suspect, prospect, authority, need, close, order. Finding out a man in a system, in your customer's place. Who is a man? A man is a person who has got money, who has got authority, and who has got need. If you talk to anybody else on that, it is all wastage of time. So follow the SPANCO, ask your team to find out the man. Okay, ladies, don't feel sorry. I'm only asking about man because money, authority, and need, okay? There are also women with that authority also, but they didn't find any good word for that. Okay, so that is what it is. Today, the SPANCO has gone, the man has gone, it has become spin. The entire subject has been changed, it has become spin today. Find out from the Google what is spin. So help your people to work as per the spin policy, because things have changed. When you have generated lead, what are the conversion rate? When you have converted person, how many transactions that particular conversion is doing it? When they're doing the transactions, what is the average rupee value? What is the profit margin? So all these 5 things are very important to measure your activities, your team's performance into that, how they are going to step by step. So hence, sales is vanity, profit is sanity, but ultimately cash is reality. The CA says, आपका पास 1 लाख रुपया बैंक बैलेंस है, cash in hand है, cash कहाँ है? Our cash is always with the CA. We don't tell the CA what to do, the CA tells us what to do, correct? So let's go the opposite way. I want to know my cash where it is. If I know my business, I want to know my cash. So, an interesting part. What is this? What is this? A small sofa and a big sofa. Everybody has sofa in their home, right? When you go back home, you always try to sit on the sofa. I'm asking a very, very simple question. What makes the sofa comfortable? I can't say to this public that there's a drinks waiting, please complete it here. It's Gujarat. So what makes a sofa comfortable? Cushion. Anybody else? Anything else? Well, you sit on them. पाँव उठा के बैठना है. Correct. Anything else? Design, exactly. Peace of mind. Huh? Comfort. Quality of the mat, of the cushion. Yeah, on the sofa. Correct. What do you know? Unfortunately, everything is right when what I say is right. उसका जो 4 पहिया. 4 पहिया में अगर 1 पहिया थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे होगा तो सोफा कंफर्टेबल नहीं रहेगा, correct? So it is not the cushion, it is not the handrest, it is not the gaddi, it is not your mood, it is nothing, it is only that 4 legs. If that 4 legs are not of the equal height, then you are not comfortable. Am I right? Come on, please say yes or no. Yes? So what that sofa stands for? Systems, operations, finance, and action. Your business. The sofa is nothing but systems, operations, finance, and actions taken. Any one of these 4 is not up to the mark, your business is not up to the mark, you cannot be comfortable as such. So, I manufacture sofas. I don't manufacture business, I manufacture sofas. Because if I manufacture a right focus, you will enjoy your life, you will do a better business. That's what we do. These are something what we do in our systems. I will cross out this. These are the few customers which I deal with. I want to show you this. That's why I crossed out that. Don't wish it was easier. Wish it was better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. If you want, you can take a pic of this or I can share it with you because this is very important. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better than that. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. And of course, anybody from Bangalore? Anybody heard about this Rameshwaram Cafe? Correct? What makes Rameshwaram Cafe today Rameshwaram Cafe? The entire world is speaking about this cafe, correct? What makes it? What is the unique part of the Rameshwaram Cafe? In 2 years' time, it has reached 50 crores with 2 shops. 7,500 invoices cut every day. 4.5 crore monthly sale. I have got an interview with this person. I was lucky enough to do that. The funniest thing is that he has got only 6 variants in his business. With 6 variants in his business, he is able to touch 50 crore in 2 years, 4.5 crore monthly, 7,500 invoices per day, no pickup, no Swiggy, no Zomato. And probably you know why he has done that, so that people can come and experience the waiting for the good thing. It's a very unique thing. I was actually reading about it for a long time. There are so many write-ups on this, and so I was very keen to go to Bangalore and see this, and at 1:45 a.m. still the shop is completely engaged. People here don't come for the food. People come here for nesha. मेरे को वहाँ जाके खाना है, simple. The most oil covered food is there. Okay. But still people will come there and have the food. Even if you go to Bangalore, please have it. He's opening 3 more. These are my teammates. Mr. Swapnil Thakre, who is specialized in Z certifications, ISOs, everything, who is working me with together. Mr. Arun Bhattacharya, who has 45 years worked in the corporate activity. At one point in time, he was my boss. He's responsible for what I am here today, and today he's 76, but he still works with all the corporates for me. We are into disk analysis for different teams of DSB banks, Acer India Private Limited, Epson India, and everybody, all the high authorities. So these are the 2 people who are with me. And today, thanks to SME Chamber of India, I am here for all the people who are sitting here to give a 6 hours free session, a detailed free sessions of this, what I have told in a span of 5 minutes. In this month only, we will run a 6 hours free session for all of you sitting here. The time will be declared in a 2 days time, starting from 8th of July, something like that. It will take at Saturdays or Sundays lately, where we will clearly define what actually these 24 steps works on. Based on that only, you can decide whether coaching is actually required by you or not. Before going for a thing, it is always better to taste it, what it is. So we will all help you to taste that, what it is actually. How it can change your life, how it can change your business lineup. You don't need to pay money for that. Once you decide what to do, that you are agreeing what to do, then we can sit and discuss what should be the commercials. Is it okay with you? Everybody, yeah? It is better to test it, right? So we will come back to you by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, asking individually whether you want to join that. It's not a 199 webinar, it's not a 99 webinar, it is not cutting down to 49 webinar, it is absolutely zero cost webinar. We will do that, okay? These are the coordinates. These are 3 numbers where we work upon. One more thing which I want to talk about the entrepreneurs, I recently come across that said by Elon Musk, is that so true about all of you. Entrepreneurship is like eating glass and walking in hot coals at the same time. Is it true? You will feel it more because you have run this marathon so long, right? We are still learning it, we are still in the passion time. So, rightly said, he put it rightly, and that's what I wanted to end my session out here. So, if you really want to ask any questions, please. Contact number? Huh? Acha, हमारा contact is 97696. Yeah, 97696 That is the number which I carry. My team carries 97696 and the third number is 97696 Three makes a happy family. Is it okay? Anything more you want to ask? Have you written down your scores? I hope you have written down the scores. If you want that same questions with you, because that questions you can come back to your team also, just let me know, we will share the screen with you also, the number of questions, those 13 questions which are there. We don't mind sharing things. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a nice dinner.
कितने SMEs या कितने entrepreneurs business coaching लेते हैं बताइए? 2, 3. So what is the advantage? Can I know about that? उससे क्या transformation हो गया आपका?
Consultant or a business coach can do it. So यहाँ सिर्फ आप धंधा करते हो. When a business coach or a business consultant comes in your office and trains everybody, वहाँ सब धंधा करते हैं. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone? What is the gain from that? आप तो कॉलेज में पढ़े हो, स्कूल में पढ़े हो, घर में पढ़े हो, बाहर भी पढ़े हो. क्या कोचिंग में फायदा होता है?
So those kind of knowledge is like completely different. But I had experience with Molloy sir. He is coaching us, and our experience says that, as he rightly said, that our goal is not to be in the system or run the system, but get out of the system and think for the new growth and do the next thing and try to grow every day. So that's what the business coaches help us to do the business.
Okay.
And that was our experience, and right now we have it in our one of the businesses, and then I am moving forward for the next businesses. जो हमारा business है, we are already getting systemized with him.
Okay. Anyone else?
It becomes like a mirror in front of you to change where you're going down.
So any experienced entrepreneur, those are having 20 years experience, are they coaching to other entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs? Anyone? कोई है ऐसा हमारे इसमें बैठा हुआ 10 साल जिसका एक्सपीरियंस है और वो कोच करते हैं एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को? केटी जी, ये थोड़ा सा विचार करने जैसा है. You are there, you are a leader. What I suggest you, why don't you, try to integrate some of the entrepreneurs, those are succeed in their business. They can be a, voluntary coach, because we have a SME coach platform. Last, 15, 20 years, by looking at different types of, people, different types of coach, and many entrepreneurs, those are facing problem for particularly mentoring, guide, or to go next level. So we have launched this SME coach, and he is a part of this activity also. So you must be understand that need of power, knowledge sharing, hand holding, pushing, and successful journey in that sector. This is the most important. So business coaching is the most important because you need a guidance. आज कितने इंजीनियर्स यहाँ बैठे हैं, कितने लोगों को पता है बैंकिंग सर्विसेज का नॉलेज कितना है, मार्केटिंग का कितना नॉलेज है. we are expert in our field, but we need some external thoughts or external helping hand to improve your business. Are you agree with me? Yes, we can. Yes, we can plan one session here very shortly, next 10 days time. Yes, definitely. करेंगे उसको कर देंगे. हाँ, yes. But वो chargeable रहेगा. हाँ. So today all of you must be understand that one, we have took to the USA. We have shown the upcoming picture about the US market after the visit of our Honorable Prime Minister. You understand about immigration, what is the advantages, where you can invest, particularly under the EB5 or any other source, how to explore your business connects in US market. You learn and understand a lot of things from Joe LeBas, not Biden. And of course, you must be seeing that, there are 4 different types of, vertical today we have showcased to you. ऐसा diverse platform मिलना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है. नहीं तो रट्टा पट्टा मार के कॉन्फ्रेंस करते हैं, बड़ा सुना देते हैं और बाय बाय करते हैं. देखिए, आपको इंश्योरेंस के ऊपर अच्छी जानकारी मिली पर्टिकुलरली, फिर उसके बाद कोचिंग की आ गई, फिर मल्टी कमोडिटी एक्सचेंज. जिस कमोडिटी एक्सचेंज को कॉन्सेप्ट आया, रादर उसी को हमने सपोर्ट किया स्टार्टिंग में. जिग्नेश शाह ने जब शुरुआत की तो मैंने उसको पुश किया. ही वॉज द फर्स्ट अवार्ड विनर ऑफ माई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So today you have enjoyed the sessions, and I'm sure that this association will be continue, and hope to see you in USA with the Joe for particularly under the India US SME Business Council, and look forward to your collaboration association with us. And also we announced today, so next 10 days time we will send you official invite for participating one-day coaching program. So we'll send you the agenda, and not only you can suggest your relatives, your family members, and if you want to promote your staff, next workforce, आपके कंपनी की नेक्स्ट लेवल की वर्कफोर्स उनको भी लाइए साथ में. तो then only what you are learning, what you are understanding, they will also take and they can also improve their capabilities. तो आपके कंपनी का भी ग्रोथ होगा. Thank you. Let's join for the dinner, and I am thankful to all the speakers, particularly Joe, who are coming all the way from USA. And let's give a big hand to National Day for the USA. And thanks to the Hyatt Hotel for providing support service. Thank you.